What's up everybody, it's Abaddon Arcade, and today here at G2G we're going to show off the beautiful array of Zelda, Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D collectibles. That's right, if you guys have been living under a rock, Nintendo re-released Majora's Mask on the 3DS, in 3D of course, and it's also compatible with the new Nintendo 3DS. But for this special occasion, they released a special new Nintendo 3DS XL model of Majora's Mask. As you can see, it's got this gold motif. It's all gold and has this like the masks motif all around it, as well as a Majora's Mask game bundle that comes with an actual Skull Kid figurine inside, and the packaging is awesome, as you can see. We'll get to that in a little bit later. And to top it off, a Majora's Mask game bundle from Europe. Now this is a slightly different from the American one, but in Europe and other places, I believe in Australia maybe, they also got the Skull Kid if they pre-ordered it via the Nintendo store. So there's that caveat actually. So no, I think only if you're in the UK you can get that guy. I'm not really certain on any specifics with other countries and their particular retailers that might have released that, but this was only available through Amazon and GameStop. And this was available through Amazon and Game UK and a few other places as well online in Europe. But that's it. Let's get right to it and open these bad boys up. Let's start off with the new Nintendo 3DS Majora's Mask Edition XL, 3DS XL. Yeah, this is the new model. Remember, it comes with an updated processor, better 3D tracking, as well as a C-stick. And of course, the Amiibo implementation inside the actual second pad. As you can see right here, it's got some cool motif in the back. Actually, I really like this design in the back. It looks kind of like the shield of the Hyrule Shield, but built together by different pieces that take place in the game. And yeah, it's a really cool 3DS. We'll get more to it when we open it up, but the back is pretty simple as well. Let's open it up. Ugh, this little sleeve, a little tough to open. You know, ironically, it doesn't come with anything here that says, you know, you bought Majora's Mask, or, you know, a little link or something. Like, Monster Hunter had one, a couple of the other 3DSs had one. Cool. As we all might have known by now, that these do not come with an AC adapter. So it's just the system and a bunch of, like, you know, the typical paperwork and such. So we're just going to take out the system. Let's put that to the side. Voila! What a beauty. It actually looks pretty nice. I'm not a fan of the design. I think they could have picked something a little bit more simplistic, maybe even the color, because the gold isn't as, I don't know. It doesn't really come off as gold. It looks like more like it's worn gold in a way. It doesn't look as gold as the Link Between Worlds 3DS that came out when when that game came out. I do like the masks on the side, because these are primary masks you wear. Well, you know, Fierce Deity comes in here and there, but this in particular, it just seems weird that they would choose like a three-dimensional image of the mask and then still have most of it hidden by shading. That bothers me a bit, actually a lot. It would have been great if they could have just gone with a more like outlined contour design with the mask. So I honestly think they just kind of threw this together really quick. It sucks because they've had so much time to put something together. And you know, these are easy to make, just like the tops of these, but I digress. The back is just simple gold, nothing fancy. There's no emblems or anything on the back. And of course, when you open it up, it's the same thing. I believe it's even the same kind of shell as the Monster Hunter one. Of course, the colored buttons, or the colored letter buttons, C-stick, and everything else that you might have noticed already from the new Nintendo 3DSs. So that's pretty much it for the Zelda 3DS. Let's move on to the collectible, you know, game pack-ins. Moving on to the Majora's Mask 3D Skull Kid Collectible Figurine Game Bundle Edition. I really like this one because the packaging is really, really inventive. Of course, you have the Skull Kid in the background, and it has this cutout of the mask. As you can see, Skull Kid within the box. Everything else is really cool. If you can kind of see, there's a silhouette of the Skull Kid here, just like you would see in the original 3D, not 3D, the Nintendo 64 art. And of course, the logo. The back just kind of gives you a little rundown of everything, you know, the game has. And it's also in French, because they like to cut costs here and there, and of course the different masks you can wear, and you know how the graphics look, everything else. I played the game already and it looks fantastic. From when I was watching previews, I didn't think it was going to look as good, but it looks fantastic, and I'm going to be tearing this right now if I'm not careful. I have to slide this up somehow. There we go. Don't want to tear this up because these tabs are here to catch on so they don't open up, but they can tear open easily. This is the first time I'm opening this. I actually just slid it open before the camera went on. As opening it up, you can see that the game is slided in the back. Let me just pull it out. That's what he said. And then the game right here, it's the same thing as you would get it if you'd buy this in the store. Of course, it says here playable in 2D and 3D, so you can play it on your 2DS, the regular 3DS, and of course the new Nintendo 3DS because it takes advantage of the C-Stick. And of course processing. But we're all here to see the Skull Kid figure, so let's get him out. Comes in this blister packaging that we've seen a lot from unboxing a lot of my figures. So you can already tell he's probably going to be like a plastic figure. And it's a fold-out one, so we're just going to open this part out. This simply just popping out like that. And voila. He's light, but he's plastic like I said, but it's a really cool figure. I mean, I think it's not bad, you know. I think it looks pretty good. The detail on the mask looks fantastic, actually. Doesn't he look great? And this is pretty much reminiscent of the pose that you've seen from high-end collectible manufacturer's first 4 figures. So for those who couldn't get one of those because that one is going for like thousands of dollars now, this is a great alternative to have if you manage to get one of these, because these also sold out rather quickly. Yeah, these things won't break because they're pretty much plasticky, so they're nice and they're solid and stiff, but they're not gonna break. And they did a pretty good job with the paint job. And on this base, you can kind of make out that it's the logo Majora's Mask right there. So it's a really cool figure. I'm really happy to get this. I kind of wish that there was like a figure like this from Figma, or from Good Smile Company, I should say. That'd be great, I think. But it's a really great figure, and I'll see if I could do some close-ups later on while reviewing this. I'll do a turnaround right here, and then we'll just overlay it with some close-ups because it looks great. So that's pretty much it for the Majora's Mask 3D Collector's Edition from GameStop and Amazon and a couple other places that came with this. Let's get on to the European version. And last but not least, the Majora's Mask 3D Special Edition from, well, Europe, basically. Now, this is a PAL game, P-A-L, so you cannot play this on your, North American 3DSs or Japanese 3DSs because they're region locked, unfortunately. So, of course, because when they announced this, it came with a steelbook and a pin and a poster. Not much, you might think, but for a collector of Zelda like myself, I gotta have it. But for a collector like myself, I just had to have it. And of course, I had to import it. So this is what you would see if you were in Europe or in Australia, New Zealand. And it's pretty cool. It comes with the game as well. So we're gonna open it up and take a look inside. Close-up of it shows you of course the logo, Link with the Deku mask, and all the contents on the inside. And the back just gives you some more information, of the game. Pretty simple. Now I prefer not to cut this in the bottom right here. I think it's just better to just open it from right here at the top. So we're just gonna slide this open and then pop this part out. And then we're just gonna pull it out. Alright, so here's the contents of the European release of the Majora's Mask Collector's Bundle. Of course, you have the game again. The only difference from the American one or anywhere else is that it has PAL logos on it, and of course it's in English here. The game itself is already open. It's not sealed like the American version that we saw earlier. That one was sealed, this one wasn't. Upon opening it, you see the cartridge here, and for some reason, you still get a Club Nintendo pin card, which is interesting because they said, at least in North America, that No games after January 20th, I believe. We're not going to have any of these. You can't register any of those. But this game coming out on February 13th actually did come with this. So you can still register this game on the European Club Nintendo. So if you have any coins on there, or stars as they use over there, you might as well put it to good use. Get something. I know they have some ringtones. Probably the coolest thing of this bundle, besides the pin, is this cool steel book. It looks really nice. As you can see, the mask itself is like a little glossy, and it's also like, I don't know how you would call that, not embossed, because embossed would be the opposite of this. But for those of you who know what it means, you already know. It doesn't say anything on the side, which kind of bothers me, but I guess it's simple. And on the back, it has this cool little silhouette look of the Skull Kid. Opening it up, you kind of just see some normal stuff. I believe it's like the map or something. And you just see the imprint from the inside. Of course, where you can replace the other case with this one and put it in here. And on the bottom it just says Steelbook. Can you see it? www.steelbook.com. So if you want to make your own steelbook, head to that website and maybe you come up with a better one. I don't know, this one's actually pretty sweet. I'm really happy with this one. I don't know if I'll actually, I mean, I want to display it, of course, but I don't know if I'll put the actual cartridge in here, because I typically keep my cartridges in one of those Nintendo card cases that come from Club Nintendo. It just, you know, kind of takes up space when you have all these cartridge cases lying around. But this is awesome, so I'm going to put this to the side. We also got this little box right here. Let's see if I can yank it through. It says Zelda Majora's Mask. Let me open it up first. There you go. Close up. Nice. So if you're gonna propose to somebody, you could use this box. And it's the Majora's Mask pin. If I could just get a good look at it right here. Got a lot of glare, but it's just a basic steel pin, but it's pretty neat. I like it. I think it looks pretty sweet. I don't know what I'm going to pin it on, maybe one of my jackets or my hat. I think I've already posted a picture on my Instagram that I put it on my beanie, so I'll probably put it on there and keep it there for a while. I also, if you pre-ordered Codename Steam through GameStop in North America, you also get this pin, which is kind of odd, but it's still pretty cool because you still get a chance to get this pin. So there you go. If you haven't pre-ordered that game yet, go out and do it. It's a good game. And lastly, the Majora's Mask double-sided poster. Now, I know what one side of it looks, I haven't seen what the other one is, and I hope I'll be able to fold this back in. It's not a glossy poster, it's actually pretty matte, like a newspaper-like. But of course, it's the Majora's Mask, or the Skull Kid looking at the mask when, you know, the silhouette of him wearing the mask, and the back of it, oh, it's pretty sweet. It's actually, I forgot the name of that enemy, but it has Fierce Deity Link, so that's pretty sweet. And if you might have noticed, let me see if I could open this up a little bit more. You might have noticed on the Club Nintendo, at least in North America, this actual image is being used as a puzzle that you can get and redeem. But I already have this poster now, so I'm kind of like thinking, why do I need that puzzle for? This is pretty sweet, because I don't really care for this design. I wish they'd released a poster of this whole poster of this. In Mexico, actually, they did release this poster for people who pre-ordered it at Game Planet. And the poster is awesome. It's actually nice, good quality stock of paper, and it's sort of metallic. Really jealous of them. They also got a really cool Smash Brothers poster, which I'm jealous of. I'm hoping to get one of those if I can find somebody to get it for me. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the European Majora's Mask game bundle. I hope you enjoy this unboxing of all this awesome Zelda stuff. If you're a huge Zelda fan like I am, you probably got it too, or wish you did. I'm sorry to say that these were very limited pieces to get. They were selling out everywhere, and in some cases they were being canceled from different retailers because they just couldn't meet the demand. And so a lot of people ended up losing out on that stuff, which is kind of sad, because it's like, this is, you know, Zelda fans want this, but scalpers ended up getting them, selling them for a ton of money on eBay, and no one's going to change that, because that's just Nintendo doing limited stuff. And that's, I guess in a way, that's what makes it awesome, because this is limited. You know, this is limited as well. So For more things Nintendo and Zelda, keep your eyes out on Got2Game. Like I said, you can follow us at Got2Game on Instagram and at YouGot2Game on Twitter, or check out the website at www.igot2game.com. This is Evan on Arcade signing out. Thanks for watching.